Hey, quick thing, post-production I want to talk about. I recorded this after I recorded a different video with this microphone, and I don't know what happened. I think it started to trigger some type of like noise gate or something, so it sounds kind of funky. I apologize for that. I really kind of just want to still make this video because I still want to play around with this format and everything, so hopefully the mic quality isn't too bad for you guys, and hopefully I can get the other project with the better mic quality out a lot sooner. But yeah, just it was I liked what I was talking about, but I didn't want to just put that up and be like, guys, I'm the guy with the bad mic quality. Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with that. I apologize, and please, I hope it doesn't hurt your ears. Because of some type of technical difficulty, listen, this is a new format. I'm trying something out. I just recorded a big ECW video. It's not going to be out probably for a while because I actually have to edit it. And even though it went pretty well, I wanted to try out this format before that project comes out so I can see or play with it a little bit. See, do you like the green screen? I don't know if it's going to work. I explained it more in that video, but like, whatever. So we're going to be trying something here. So before I get into it, because I have to do all this again, because again, I didn't plug in my microphone, you are wrong about Solosikoa. This guy, this tribal chief Solosikoa, you're wrong about him because you refuse to have fun. And honestly, at the end of the day, I can't make you have fun, but I can't explain what the hell's going on here because it seems like people are ignoring what's going on, or they're like zoned out when they hear the soul. They're like, dun, 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 and they just go. I don't know, but is it the most interesting thing on TV? No, but I keep seeing just this like, and I don't want to say it's a wrong opinion, but wrong opinions. Because listen, I have to go on a small tangent. I hate the term "you're getting worked" because regardless of whether you watch wrestling for the wrestling or the stories, we are constantly indulging and accepting things in the world of wrestling all the time. You're not getting worked. You're just watching the product. So, like, I say this, and I say this disrespectfully. Fuck Chris Jericho, and I have to bring this up just because it's kind of the same thing, kind of not the same thing. They keep telling me that Chris Jericho is getting this over. That Chris Jericho is, this guy. He's done it. He's taken the hate and he's made a character out of it. And now he's reinvented himself again. He's just this good. It's not over. It's not over online where it doesn't matter, and it's not over in the house shows where it does matter. Not house shows, the shows in house that matter. He's never ever respected amongst like the general population during this run. People genuinely hate him, but he's got the highest ratings on Dynamite. They barely had any ratings last week, and he wasn't even the highest there. So I mean this respectfully. When you have a character like Chris Jericho, whose gimmick is I don't even see the hate, and I just am the learning tree. I'm going to take everything that everybody keeps saying about me online and make it into my gimmick so they have to technically like it. It's bullshit, and it doesn't work. It literally isn't working, and people keep telling me on Twitter every single day, he's finally getting it over. He's not getting it over. He just won't go away. He just keeps getting booked. It's not that he's getting it over. It's that if you take him off TV, I guarantee you'll still have a highest rating segment. It'll probably be just as big, if not bigger, than whatever Chris Jericho did. And with that being said, now let's go to Solosikoa, who is doing this on purpose. But the difference is, instead of Solo just being a chronically online old man, he is doing what he is intended to do. Now, if you remember back in the day of Clash of the at Clash of the Castle, Solo Sikoa debuted to be the enforcer for Roman Reigns. He came in and was like, hey, I'm here to protect you and learn from you. Then, later down the line at Money in the Bank, when they fought the Usos, they used that paranoia that Roman had against him by saying, hey man, I don't even want to be tribal chief, but I want to see Solo as tribal chief. And I think people have taken that narrative and used it more towards Roman's paranoia rather than the overall story of Solo. Solo is clearly meant to do something more than protect Roman Reigns because eventually Roman was going to lose. Just as a wrestling product, nothing in like kayfabe or anything, but in general, Roman was going to lose eventually. So my problem is, whenever I get online, I see everybody talk about, oh, this isn't working. Oh, he isn't even doing anything. This guy's got no aura. Yeah, because when the guy that's supposed to teach you everything is too paranoid to teach you anything, You kind of just got to go off of the eye test. I mean, look at what's going on. He's introducing new bloodline members who are very, very unhinged and vicious. But look at the time period in which Solo came into this company. It was Roman and the Usos jumping people for no reason, establishing dominance no matter what. And it was always a result of them standing tall and the person getting beat up. So Solo just registers, oh, I need backup. And it's got to be people that are willing to beat the hell out of each other. Comes in the Guerrillas of Destruction. Those guys are going to come in because they're ruthless and they beat people up. But that's not what Solo's thinking. Solo's going, I just need guys to beat these people up. These guys are vicious savages. That works. Why it worked when Roman had the Usos was that Roman was smart and meticulous, but the Usos were willing to do what he said. But that's not what he was taught. So, okay, listen, I know it seems like I'm watching a different product than everybody else because everybody else doesn't quite understand. This is a guy that's going off of instinct, kind of, but he's not going off of instinct. He's going off of just what he's shown. If you go back to the WWE product, you don't get every single one of the backstage segments or whatever. And if you're Solo and you're there to learn how to be the tribal chief, you're not going to see everything. You're not going to hear everything. And you're not going to notice every little detail because instead of being taught by the tribal chief, you're just watching what's going on. Did that little smirk after the hug mean that he is happy to reconnect with his, his cousin to bring him in? Or is he happy that, he manipulated him again? You don't really know because you're not in that dude's head. So if you're just this guy, you're just some guy, you're probably going to be the next tribal chief if, when you get there, when Roman falls, you will pick it up. Roman fell, Solo didn't get taught anything because that was the peak of I can't lose. I have to hold on to this title. And he had Cody Rhodes breathing down his neck. When would he have taught him anything? On the car ride to the next show? That shit's not even canon. But it's even down to the very minute details. I mean, the triple power bomb through the tables, that's classic Shield shit. That's not even Tribal Chief Roman stuff. But that's how he had to learn. He had to go back and rewatch what Roman was doing. So he believes that just beating people up in a ruthless way is how you do it. And having people behind you that's willing to acknowledge you. The Tonga twins are going to acknowledge you because they're just, they want to be, that's the Tribal Chief? Cool. That's all I know. So I'm going to follow this guy because he said he's the Tribal Chief. And then you get Jacob Fatu in there who, I don't know. He might. Do y'all think he's going to plot against Solo? I would be down for it. It's just like Jacob Fatu, the Guerrillas of Destruction. I think they're trying to get another Samoan, by the way. Don't know who it is. But back to Solo. This character is not the definition of you getting worked. Because again, I don't like the idea of getting worked. If this Solo does not work for you, I completely understand. But when you watch him and you study what he does, it is so interesting to me because literally watching somebody kind of just doing stuff. He does the attacks and stuff. He does things, but he doesn't have a direction. Because you've never seen a tribal chief with no direction before, it seems like he's just there and he's not doing what he's supposed to. But in reality, he doesn't know what he's supposed to do. He needs a title, which would be the world title. But the problem is, this tribal chief wannabe isn't good enough to get that title because he's just not that guy. And when Roman does come back, I'm recording this before SmackDown and before Money in the Bank. I'm hoping he's going to be at SummerSlam. Not because I'm going to SummerSlam, but because I think it just makes more sense. He made his return to SummerSlam before, whatever. This Solo, I love. I like this Solo more than Enforcer Solo. This is probably my favorite version of Sikoa. Sikoa? Jesus. Of Solo Sikoa. This is amazing to me. This is the best thing I've ever seen, but holy shit is it close. I genuinely enjoy this, not because of what Solo himself is doing, not what God is doing, not what Jacob Fatu is doing, but because the implications for the long run and for the bloodline story, this is the best thing right now. Because, let's be honest, the last year wasn't anything. An LA Knight feud, great. Cool. Jey Uso leaving the family, phenomenal. Didn't really go anywhere because, they had that stupid match at SummerSlam or WrestleMania, which was bad. And then Roman finally losing the title, I said it was going to cause a power vacuum amongst the Samoans, basically. And that was going to be what the main thing was. How do you find a new tribal chief? Who takes over? And in reality, it's just who's willing to say, I am the tribal chief. To quote an internet classic, any faceless, nameless thing can step in and call itself a god. And that's what he's doing. He doesn't have any direction. He doesn't have any aura. But that is the point. He is not the tribal chief because he's earned it. He didn't do the Roman Reigns 10 years of being a bad WWE superstar and then coming back reinvented as a powerhouse dominant soldier. He was told he was going to be tribal chief and then had to basically figure it out because the last guy, he had way too many things to worry about. I love this solo. This solo rocks. And honestly, this video isn't going to convince anybody to like solo because you're not supposed to like solo. But I love this solo, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, those are my most interested plot points. What is going on with the bloodline? Because eventually it's got to be a feud, right? They've got to be fighting with each other. When does The Rock get involved? Does Jacob Fatu break up 2.0 and kick Solo out, and then they pick up Hikaleo, and then that's the quote new bloodline versus the old bloodline, which would be the Usos, not Sami Zayn, shut up. The Usos, Roman, and Solo versus Hikaleo, Jacob Fatu, and God. I don't know. All I know is I really wanted to make this video for a while because, like I said, I just think it's misunderstood. I don't think that I'm not gonna say to be like, you guys are all wrong. This is working. It's not working. That's the point. But I digress. I also just kind of want to talk about something current because I did the old ECW video and I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but what's going on right now? Because that's the stuff I'm watching. So yeah, if you I'd love to talk about it down in the comment section. Put everything you feel about this character down below. Have I opened your eyes to your new tribal chief? I hope not, because I really am excited to see where this goes. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really know how to end this video correctly. Step into the green screen for this. Solosikoa should pin Roman Reigns in their very first match. Guys, I'll see you next time. And in reality, oh man, I hope that pisses somebody off. Just one person, not too many.